And we're bringing them all in this afternoon. Glad to have them back after quite a bit of time. They are Johnson's Creek. You can find out more about them at johnsonscreekband.com. For them, Glenn, Mike, and Jake are with us. Boys, how are you?
Doing awesome.
We're fantastic. Thanks, Mike.
Very good, very good. So you've been around, coming up on your 5th anniversary, so maybe, Glenn, I'll pose this to you off the start. It was the summer of 2017 you guys kind of got all together, so it's going to be 5 years here in a couple of months.
Yes. It's like a marriage. It's like a marriage now.
So, I mean, through the pandemic the last couple of years, what was it like for you guys to get together? Was there a lot of virtual meetings? I mean, doing more than performing, doing kind of writing that stuff. How did you guys have to get creative the last couple of years?
Well, exactly that. I mean, we've been still actively writing the whole time the pandemic's been happening. Thank God for computers and file sharing and whatnot. So we've all been able to do some kind of pre-production on what we've been writing, and we've all been actively involved in getting these songs put together. So the hard part, the challenge for us was really getting together to record and start tracking all this material. So, once things started to loosen up a little bit, we were able to get together and do some real work on getting these songs down on tracks and getting them out to the folks. That's what we were so pent up over the course of the whole thing that, it's just excited to get out there again and hit the road and introduce our new material to the folks.
Johnson'sCreekBand.com if you're going to find out more about them anytime. Again, Glenn Code, Michael Lantane, Mike Crombie, and Jake Adams making up Johnson'sCreekBand.com. So, Michael, go back 5 years, or maybe just before 5 years ago. How did you guys all kind of come together? Did you know each other prior, or what was the formation of Johnson's Creek?
Well, one evening I was out playing music at a jam, just a local jam near the local pub. And Glenn was there, got up and sang a George Jones tune, and I'll never forget it. We ended up playing all night, and I said, "You'd like to start a band?" I gave him my card. He gave me a call a couple of days later, and we started a band. Mike, the bassist, his daughters and my son were speaking French at the beach. And because my son goes to the French school, and apparently so does his kids. And I asked him what he did. He didn't tell me what he did for a job. He told me he was a bass player. And then I said, anything about country music? And he goes, "That's my favorite music. I own a Jeep. Come and listen to the top 40 with me." And then next thing you know, we've been hanging out ever since.
That's great.
Jake is from South Porcupine, and I'm from Timmins. And Jake's played with Doug and the Slugs, and so many people, and is so talented. We're just so blessed to have him with us now. And so that's how the band got together.
Again, Johnson's Creek, Johnson'sCreekBand.com. All the socials are on there. Mike Crombie, who is on bass guitar and backing vocals, you've got pretty strong Chatham, Kent connections, Mike.
I sure do, yeah. Born and raised in wonderful Chatham, Kent. Raised a little hell, growing up through the city, and a lot of people will attest to that. And spent a lot of time out on the farm, on my grandparents' farm out in Ridgetown. So it's a beautiful country down that way, and I sure miss it.
So go back in time. What were your favorite stomping grounds in your heyday here?
In my heyday, I'd be kicking the floors at GT's. For those that remember those good old days, 8 Ball is a hot spot as well.
So you're going back just a little bit of time, places that aren't around anymore, but not too far back.
That's right. There's still rumors of them around town. You can still find them.
Again, Johnson'sCreekBand.com to find out more about these boys. Jake, I'll pose this to you. What's 2022 looking like for you boys through the spring and the summer? Is it looking a little bit more lively than the previous 2 years?
Oh, yeah, definitely. With all the gigs coming up right now, I'm looking forward to the eastern and western trips. I lived out in Vancouver for 15 years. It'll be good to get back out west.
So really, the four of you have the entire nation covered. You're from kind of all over the place.
Yeah. Well, like Mike said, I'm from South Porcupine, but I lived 15 years in Vancouver. So I know the West. Got a lot of contacts still out there.
Johnson's Creek joining us, and your new one, it's called Burn It Up. Fellas, tee up this new one.
That was an exciting one. That was a really super easy one to write and put together. And it just came through all the kind of pent-up feelings I think we all had during the course of not being able to do too much over the past couple of years. So finally, when things started to loosen up, it was, okay, you know what? Now it felt like a Friday after a bad work week, is what it felt like to me. And it was time to set all those issues, all those problems you had, just set them down and get rid of them the way you best know how on a Friday night. So that's where that kind of stemmed from.
You can find out more, again, it's johnsonscreekband.com. All the social channels on there, too. And a new one is great. Boys, thanks so much for having some time for us. And let's do this again soon. And, hopefully we'll get you in studio and we can do this properly.
We'd love to.
Cool.
We'd love it. We'd love to do that.
My head is feeling heavy, feels like it just might fall off. And the bullshit's flowing steady, been swimming in it all week long. Now finally it's Friday, my friends, it's time to party. Took my trouble stacking way up high, a little gas, a match light up the sky. Burn it up, yeah, burn it up now. You gotta stack it, kick it, throw it, fight it, eat it, drink it, smoke it, light it. When you think that you're done, oh, burn it up. Yeah, side boob Rachel's feeling frisky. She's on her 7th shot of whiskey. Ain't going down, got her all fired up, going around the world with an empty cup. Top Gun Tom trying to take her home. He's throwing down every line he knows. She ain't falling for his game. She'll take him down in a ball of flame. Burn it up.